looking for dinks. We're dink hunting because we saw a dink jump.
All right, further proof that I'm onto something. Can you hear me now? All right. Hey, thanks for watching. This is the second part of Peter and I's trip, Peter's and myself's trip to River Bluffs Park in Cambridge, Ontario, Galt area, just above the dam. We made our way a little bit higher than the dam in this part of the video and then kind of back through. At around noon, we stopped catching fish, which was unfortunate, but kind of expected. We did find a couple of methods that seemed promising for catching the smallmouth bass in the river. I switched to a really light fan-tailed swim bait, and Pete, I think he kept using his inline spinner. I had a few misses on the inline spinner and I didn't have one with better hooks, so I switched to the other one and I caught a few fish and he caught a few fish and it was all good. Earlier, in a really strange spot, when we were looking for brown trout, in probably the least likely spot in the river for brown trout to be, Peter actually did catch a fair-sized smallmouth bass before the season started, by accident, of course, with an inline spinner. So there's just further and further and further proof that inline spinners work in the Grand River, and I hate using them. So I probably won't catch many fish. Anyway, this is the second part of the video, and we'll show you some fish, and I'll tell you a little bit how I'm using that jig to catch the fish that I did, which progressively got bigger, but there wasn't anything huge. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe. And if you are a fisher person that does YouTube videos, please add the Ontario YouTube angler hashtag to your social media posts so that I can find you, and maybe we can go fishing together one day. And that'd be great, because fishing's fun. Alright.
The water's real murky, so I'm not sure I'm going to have much luck.
Yeah, it's very murky here.
I'm not sure I'm going to have much luck with soft bait.
Yeah, you need something that makes noise, like one of the spinners. We didn't find anything at the dam. Interesting water, maybe for fall. Always less than 10 feet. 5 or 8 is a good expectation. A couple of humps in the water, a couple of rock piles. Really good weed, like sporadic weed lumps. Kind of pikey looking water. We did see fish jump. We could not confirm their species. And now we are working our way up past the bridge again, and we're going to go see what is farther up here, where it starts to shallow out, and what other kind of things we can fish. There's one of them rock walls I wanted to check out. There's another one up around this bend, I think. That's good jigging territory. It's a rock wall. Very cool houses. Let's just take that boat. Just move all our gear over, leave the canoe.
There's a bit of a floodplain. You can see the hospital over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Squirrel fishing. Fishing for squirrels. But 8 feet where we are. Still 5 feet here. Decent little sunning spot for them. It looks like a rock bottom. Well, I scared the crap out of a bunch of bait fish with my lure, so I figure there's no big fish around. Whee! The motor just like launches off the boat. Look at the angle on it. Watch when I turn it off. A boat face. This looks like some promising water. It's about 5 feet deep. Kind of rocky, kind of weedy. I'm looking for dinks. We're dink hunting because we saw a dink jump. It's a good dink jump, so going for dinks. Where are my dinks at? Oh, got a weed. That's a good sign. Weeds are always a good sign. Oh, got another weed. That's a good sign. Just stay positive. Water just pouring down that rock. Oh, we're shallowing out. There he is. He's over there.
Got him.
Go get him. All right, you saw where he was, right?
Yeah, he's right there.
All right. Oh, so short. What are you thinking?
I was born this way. I can't help it.
Oh, I didn't set the hook because I thought it was a weed. I felt like a weed, I swear. I think they just love those lures. This is the only place I've ever had luck with inline spinners, is the Grand River. Like, I mean, come on. Where else do I use these that they actually work? Come on, we gotta get a dink.
More luck than fucking.
I think it just moves at the right speed. It's small enough.
It's got lots of flash.
Kind of resembles their natural forage. Even if it might not be the right color. Third one. This one I hooked set. Oh my God, come on! No! Ah! What is wrong with my hooks?
Actually, that's like.
You saw that, there was a fish there.
I did.
I'm gonna sharpen my hooks right freaking now. I was upset that I brought my sharpener with me because I didn't want to lose it, but I'm gonna sharpen my hooks right freaking now.
Third time.
Okay, fourth time's the charm, right?
Don't get too worked up. It was just a.
I know, but I want a dink. Come on, we gotta make this a fishing video.
And you're filming. We're not gonna catch anything. It's like a curse.
Hey, fish like cameras, I promise you.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They're extremely camera shy.
Okay, that seems marginally sharper. It's like they just didn't have the mass for the hook set to work. They were so small.
It does seem to be habitat that fish like, though. I think this was probably the rock wall you were thinking of.
Yeah, that's probably it, but could have sworn it was closer.
I think that was a golf ball.
Yeah, watch out for golf balls. Okay, well, hopefully that's sharper. I can't really tell. Don't care, just want to fish. Can't believe I missed 3 fish in a row. Oh my God.
You're not even going to count that almost one that we saw.
No, missed him. Didn't get him in the boat.
He's so picky.
Where were you on the net job?
I can't even.
There is a current seam to our right. See how it's moving faster down there? Ha ha!
What are you laughing at me for?
You fucked up.
You lost 3 fish?
You fucked up. Oh, she's getting shallow here.
Oh, real shallow.
We're backing out.
And golf volley.
Golf balls. Oh wow, yeah, you can see the ground. It's there's ground.
Ready?
Yeah.
Like after you almost catch a couple of fish, then you're like
So twitchy.
so twitchy. Any rocks, any weeds, you're like yank.
Yeehaw! Did you get one? Oh yeah! There's a dink. That is a largemouth, eh? Not the target species. Failure. Oh, you almost got away. We got some super dink stuff going on here. I switched up. We were using the spinner baits. We were using everything, you know, basically. Oh, dude.
What?
Camera's over there now.
Oh.
Finally switched up to a super light jig head with a little paddle tail swim bait, and I gave it lots of time on the ground, and this little guy grabbed it. We're gonna try for more of those and see if we get a bigger one. All right, further proof that I'm onto something. This guy's a little bit bigger than the last. Just as feisty. I'm not noticing them pick it up immediately, but that means they get it right into their mouth, and I don't need much of a hook set because it's way back in there. This guy, I didn't tear his gill, but he's bleeding a little bit. But he's fine. He picked it up, and I thought he was a weed or a rock that I was bouncing off of. And I gave it a little tug, because I had some consistent force on it. And there was a fish. Who would have thunk? So, I'm fishing this thing really slowly. I'm basically jigging it off the bottom and hoping it doesn't catch on a rock. So far it hasn't, but when I feel weeds, I give it little taps so that it filters its way down to the bottom and finds its way to where a fish might be holding. The feeling of weeds and rocks is kind of tough to figure out, but with a sensitive rod with a fast tip, it makes it a lot easier. There's enough tension on the line in the current that you can feel the lure moving across the rocks without moving it really. So you basically just throw it out there and keep up with it. Smallmouth will pick things up off the ground. They eat bugs. They love their bugs. And a minnow that looks like it's kind of dead or dying, even more gooder. But I'm basically just keeping a little bit of tension on the rod, and the current is moving it through the rocks for me. If I feel like it gets stuck, I'll give it a couple of taps. But I'm giving it a lot of ground time. You can work these fast too. They work well if you give them like little jerks. But I'm noticing that the fish are close to the bottom and they're hiding in these weeds, and they need to get really close to the bottom to hide in these weeds to escape the current. So I want it down there. We might have caught all the fish in this spot.
We might have.
Well, let's make our way up a little bit, see what's there, then maybe bring my my dope rig here over to the Dink factory. See if we can get a Dinkmageddon going. A real Dink show. Dinkpocalypse.
Coming down to the Dink show.
It's the Dinkening. Do you like golfing? Then I gotta tell you, canoeing through River Bluffs Park is the spot for you.
Oh jeez. Oh no.
1, 2, 3.
What are the odds?
All steps apart from each other. Those will clean up real good, and I'll be able to lose all of the balls I want on the golf course.
Yep. Really not that special.
I know it's not that special, but like, how many? We're gonna show people that we're actually just pulling golf balls out of the river. Bam!
That one's been in there for a while.
Oh, those ones are covered. Load her up. Just throw her in anywhere. She good. Boom! Golf ball number what? 4? 5?
5.
I just got 3. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Because you went back and got the one that I threw out of the canoe.
About the...
Bam! Number 6. Now I need video evidence of it.
Yeah. Guess there's more river than I realized between...
Oh, tons of it. So, that's what I remember. I got video evidence now. Pete thought I was crazy. The rock wall goes all the way to the water, Peter. All the way to the water. We're gonna go check out that rock wall. Where you going?
You just go a little back.
Ah, it's still a fish.
I'm not sure how he hit that one. He hit it like immediately when it landed. Huh.
They're on the drop. Must have spooked him and he thought, I'm gonna eat it. Eat it before it eats me. Pete's big catch of the day.
Teeny little guy. Okay.
There you go. How many dinks is that? More dinks than golf balls, or more golf balls than dinks?
You know, between us I'd say more dinks than golf balls, but individually no.
Ah.
So I think I've got 3.
I think I just got the one. No, 2.
No, 2.
One was a little bit bigger. Spinner. I had 3 misses on the spinner. And lots of big. What I'm noticing about this is there's lots more boulders in the water here, which would likely make them happy.
What do you catch in the Grand?
Just little bass.
Yeah. Do you eat them or just release them?
Just release them.
Yeah.
So the government of Canada's website does dictate that it's safer to eat fish out of the Grand River than it is out of Lake Huron, which is...
Alright, so I was just reviewing this section of the video and I was looking for corrections or anything to prove what I was saying, and it turns out that what I was saying was wrought with problems. So if we look at the information on ontario.ca, we can see fishing consumption advisory tables. So I'm looking at the section of the Grand River that I was fishing. My information might have just been a little out of date. I'm not going to go into too much information here. I just want to make this correction so that I'm not a jackass. Anyway, sorry for that float traveling lady. I led you astray, but for anyone watching this video. Below the Bellwood Dam to the Mannheim Weir, if we look at the consumption advisory table, we'll find a common species. Sometimes this page doesn't load correctly, so just reload it until it works. My goodness, what is wrong here? There it is. Okay, so let's look at yellow perch. So 16 servings for the general population of sizes greater than 15 centimeters. And if we look at the consumption advisory table for Lake Huron, somewhere where I typically fish, which is from Point Clark to north of Grand Bend, which I think is this area here, to north of Grand Bend, advisory table. Of course, there's a problem with the page, so we just gotta keep refreshing it until it works. There we go. All right, we'll scroll down to the yellow perch. So it advises in a month that you're allowed to have 32 servings, and it's kind of a convoluted serving. You have to look up more information. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much information. I'll just link you to these things, and you can figure it out for yourself. 32 servings of perch, 15 to 20 centimeters, or 16, 20 to 25. So comparable at 16 is Lake Huron to the Grand River. However, in Lake Huron, smaller sizes, you are allowed to eat more servings by double. So I guess my information was out of date. My apologies. Yeah, links in the description or at my WordPress page that relates to this video. Oh, and the Clean River policy. I'll find that in a minute and I'll put it in the description or in the WordPress article. But yeah, it'll be there. I just can't find it right now. I'm gonna finish editing my video.
It's the cleanest of the Great Lakes.
Yeah, I've heard the Grand River is actually, even though it's silty and all that, it's supposed to be...
Oh, the silt isn't the problem. It was all the farm runoff and waste dumping, but in the 1980s or something, the GRCA was able to put together some sort of clean river program, and it's gotten a lot better since then.
Yeah, for sure. I know, it's lovely.
I tripped.
Yeah, it seems to be getting shallower.
Yeah.
I feel like we passed through the best section.
I just want to update. It's 12:45. I caught the biggest dink. The ones we caught before were kind of minnow size. This one was true dink size. But it doesn't count because as I was turning the camera on, I lost it. Didn't even touch it. Just popped right off. So, it doesn't count. Alright, I'll just leave the camera running for a little bit since it seems like we're in the dink zone. Dinkathon. I like Dinkpocalypse, but Dinkathon just, you know.
It's more festive.
Yeah, it's more festive. Okay, we gotta make this a true Dinkathon though. You gotta catch something, Pete.
You don't catch anything when you want to. That's the secret of fishing.
But I want to all the time.
I thought you'd have learned the true meaning of fishing by now. Most dishonorable.
that life is disappointing. That's the true meaning of fishing.
Well, it's being molested by tiny little guys.
Oh, that's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Cast away. Someone put a little bench out there. Think they crawl down the rocks,
I don't know.
stop for a beer and a fish.
The weird thing is that spot's not accessible for like.
Not very accessible, no.
Yeah, it's like.
Good clandestine camping.
I mean, you're in Plainview at a golf course, so it's not exactly stealthy. But
Yeah, but if you're there overnight, who's golfing at night, Pete?
yeah,
Do you golf at night?
I don't know.
I don't golf at night. I don't think the tees are open at night. You have to own the course if you want to
Not
golf at night.
officially. They can't
Not
fence-
officially. They
can't
can't
fence-
stop you from using them though.
They can't fence the whole thing.
Glow in the dark golf balls. Where are my dinks at? I'm not even feeling bottom structure. They must be soft.
The current's real slow, so fairly a safe assumption to say it's pretty soft bottom.
I'm gonna stand up for a bit. It's very smart to stand in a canoe, Peter. I can see bottom. I asked for more bottoms, I received more bottoms. The dinks have failed us again. They promise you no dink is too dink to give us enjoyment.